first, I think that I need to address the elephant in the room, which is my accent. So I left Southern West Virginia back in 2007. I left, but the accent didn't. So I just want to go ahead and get that on there. So I'm Courtney, and I'm a stay at home mom. Before I was a stay at home mom, though, I was a pharmacist. And I left that job when my son was diagnosed with neuroblastoma back in 2022. Because we needed somebody that was going to, be a full time caretaker for him. And so I would say that my faith has grown exponentially since his diagnosis because, when you hit rock bottom, sometimes the only way to look is up. And it brought my relationship with God is so much stronger now, and I feel like that Ford's story is kind of our testimony. And so, my work is at home, but also like at the hospital when we're with him. We are very vocal about, when he receives these truly miracles, which has happened multiple times for him, where people would think, or doctors would think that, maybe this is it, or situations where they wouldn't expect him to pull through, and he does every time. And we always make sure that everybody that witnesses that knows that we've had so many people praying for Ford, and we pray for Ford, and that this God has His hand in Ford's life.
When the kids were younger, we made a point of Bible readings. We always pray before dinner. Anna was very good, my wife, about making sure we had dinner together every night, which it gets difficult when you got one kid in soccer and you got another kid doing something else, and so it definitely has to become a priority. But it was. I credit her greatly for that prayer. Anytime the kids were going through anything, we tied it biblically. What did God say about this?
How do I live out my faith at work? So it's kind of difficult. Being a deputy sheriff, you see the worst of the worst, and definitely being a deputy sheriff within a jail is harder because those are people that are convicted for serious crimes, and so you really have to be careful. You really have to watch what you do. So I look for that perfect opportunity when I'm speaking to an inmate, related to their family or their situation that's going on. Something just tells me to say something biblical or spiritual to them, and I do. And then by the end of the 20 minutes that we're talking, that inmate or somebody's asking me to pray for them, and we do, and we sit there and we'll pray a quick 2-minute prayer, and then I'll get right back to my job.